Welcome, everybody. We got 6 breaks tonight. We're going to start off with our 2025 Donruss Football Hobby PYT 650. Then we have 24 Topps Chrome Cosmic Football Hobby PYT 654. 24 Illusions Football Premium Hobby PYT 643. 24-25 Topps Finest Basketball Hobby PYT 649. Then we have 25 Topps Finest Baseball Hobby PYT 647. And we end the night with our 25 Luminance Football Hobby PYT 665. We do have a handful of spots available if anybody wants to grab any of those remaining teams. There is a link pinned in the chat. There is a code. Next to that link, you can copy and paste at checkout to get 10% off any of those remaining teams. Should have one auto, one mem per box on the 25 Donruss. Let me get the list pulled up here. This is the list for PYT 650. E. Kelly down here with the Raiders in the bottom spot. Good luck to everybody in this one. Get your guesses in for the player on the auto in this box for 20 in credit if you guess correctly. You will earn 20 in credit to use in our shop for any breaks, packs, or boxes. Let's get started. 18 packs, 10 cards per pack. Good luck to everybody in this one. Up next is 24 Topps Chrome Cosmic Football. That is coming up next. Empty box. Good luck to everybody in this one. And we start off with Josh Allen, Tyler Boyd, press proof of Justin Herbert, Malik A. Starks, Hank Dell, DJ Moore, Xavier Worthy on the Dominators. The best of, we got Alvin Kamara, Javonte Williams, Nico Collins. Cedric Tillman, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Noel, Donovan Jackson, Mark Brunell, Bucky Irving, Elite Series rookies, that is Travion Henderson, Jordan Love, Eli Manning, Isaiah Pacheco. Here we have Hunter Henry, Mike Evans, Graham Mertz, JOK, Howie Long, Elite Series Malik Neighbors, and Emeka Ibuka on the Gridiron Kings. Road to the Super Bowl, CJ Stroud, Johnny Smith, Audric Estime. Next pack we have Eric Dickerson, Mike Williams on the press proof out of 199. 182 out of 199 going to the Steelers. PK, and our auto is going to be Garrett Wilson on the Dominators auto. That's going to be out of 49. There's 19 out of 49 on that one. Nice hit for the jet spot on the Garrett Wilson auto. If you guys want to keep guessing, we will use your guesses for the mem as well. Bryce Young, Kyron Williams, Jalen Lane on the Elite Series rookies, Antonio Gates, William Andrews, Natron Means, There's Devonta Smith, Dante Culpepper, George Kittle, a gold press proof out of 50. That is 3 out of 50. Going to the 49ers. Al Manor, Cousins, Julian Love, Cooper DeJean, Elite Series. Brock Purdy on the bomb squad, Malachi Corley, Justin Fields. Okay, guys, we do have spots available in the upcoming breaks. There's a link in the chat if you guys want to use that. There's also a code to get your 10% off those remaining spots. There's Chad Johnson, George Kittle, Brock Purdy, Donovan Jackson, Mike Gesicki, Brian Burns, Dominators Max Crosby, Patrick Mahomes on the best of, Puka Nacua, Myles Garrett, Mike Williams, Josh Downs, Terrence Ferguson, Zach Moss, Greg Dortch. We have Joe Burrow on the Gridiron Kings. Throwback rated rookie, that is Quinshon Judkins. Lamar Jackson on the bomb squad. We got Bleak Neighbors, TJ Hawkinson, and Kid Reporter card. We have Jerome Ford, their car, DJ Giddens, Ollie Gordon on the red press, Christian Benford, Justin Herbert, Jackson Dart on the rookies insert. Best of Bryce Young, Tajay Spears, Xavier Legette. Chris Williams, Jalen Ramsey, Ashton Genty, Kenneth Walker, Antonio Gibson, Jeremy Shockey on the Legend Series, Will Howard on the Gridiron Kings, Larry Fitzgerald, Dave Craig, Jalen McMillan. Let's top load what we have so far here. Again, up next is our Topps Chrome Cosmic Football PYT 654. Again, our next break night will be a week from Monday. We are going to be taking next week off from the breaks. We'll get all this stuff shipped out to you in the next couple of days. But I will be putting together next Monday's schedule, and then we'll just add to it as breaks fill. So we should have a busy week. The following week, there's Chris Olave, Deebo Samuel, Tyler Loop, Lavonte David, Daniil Hunter, Will Howard on the rookies, Jackson Dart on the throwback. Have Aaron Rodgers, Bomb Squad, Juwan Jennings, Jalen Waddle. Russell Wilson, Jamar Chase, Jahadi Barron, Ashton Gillette, Calvin Ridley, Xavier McKinney, TJ Stroud, Dominator, Zay Flowers, Nick Chubb, Boomer Esiason, Kid Reporter card. Jordan Addison, Colton Schultz, Tyrone Tracy, Shador Sanders, Fred Warner, Demarcus Robinson, Dominators Justin Herbert. Best of, there's Garrett Wilson. We have Will McDonald, DeAndre Swift. Jamal Charles, Trent Green, Quinshon Judkins, Carl Eller, Zay Flowers. We have Brian Dawkins on the Gridiron Kings throwback. There's Cam Scatterbo, Jordan Addison, Vinny Testaverde, Max Crosby. We got 5 packs left. one might be our mem here. It's a thick pack. Chuka Conquo, Jonathan Taylor, Christian Benford on the press proof, Kelvin Banks Jr., Chris Jones. As the Leather Kings, Brian Thomas Jr. That is out of 425. 3 out of 425. On the football leather. Nice hit for the Jags. Sean Jenkins on the Elite Series. Road to the Super Bowl, Jake Elliott. Trevor Lawrence, Adam Thielen, Kid Reporter Card. We have Brock Bowers, Jonathan Mingo, Pat McMillan, Joe Horn, Michael Penix, Cam Ward on the rookies for the Titans, and Mecca Abuka on the throwback. Cooper DeJean, Champ is here. Cortland Sutton, Jake Plummer. Devin Hester, Cole Kmet, Steven Jackson, Mike Green, Derwin James, Blake Corum, Brock Bowers on the Action All Pros, Tyler Shug on the Retro Raider rookie, Drake London, Jordan Love. Last two packs coming up. 24 Top Chrome Cosmic Football is up after this one. There's Hines Ward, Khalil Shakur, Zach Braun, Mason Graham, Quincy Williams, L'Jarius Sneed, A.J. Brown, Action All Pros, Ashton Genty on the Raider Rookies Retro, Kendre Miller, Cooper Kupp. Final pack of the break. There we go. Jeffrey Simmons, Anthony Richardson, the no name plate. Quincy Williams for the Jets. Corey Horton. We got Ty Johnson, Christian Kirk, Legend Series, Drew Pearson, Jeremiah Trotter, Champ is here. Ayuk, and Tank Bigsby. Let's top load recap, then we'll move on to our Topps Chrome Cosmic. Grab your spots in the upcoming breaks tonight. We got a handful of spots left. Link is pinned in the chat. There is a code to get 10% off any of the remaining spots. There's Cam Ward. The rookies, retro rookies, Ashton Genty. No name plate. There of Quincy Williams out of 199. That's Mike Williams on the press proof. George Kittle on the gold press proof out of 50. Jackson Dart on the rookies. Leather Kings out of 425. That is Brian Thomas Jr. for the Jags. And our auto is Garrett Wilson. Dominators auto for the Jets. All right, that does it for break number 1. Let's update our title here. Cowboys were available. We'll see if they sold or they're still out there or not. Just a moment here. All right. Cowboys are available if anybody wants to grab them in this one. You guys are guessing the player on the nucleus insert. We should have one nucleus per box on average. Autos are possible, not guaranteed, so we'll do the nucleus as the guess. Guess the player on the nucleus for 20 in credit. Grab the Cowboys. Let's get this one filled. PYT 654 coming up in just a moment. All right, here we go. This is PYT 650. Then we have the Cowboys were available. 4 cards per pack, 20 packs per box. Find one nucleus refractor per box on average as well. This is 24 tops chrome cosmic football. Empty box. Pack number 1. Start off with Eric Molds, Terrell Suggs, Conte Culpepper, and Slovis. TV for the Colts. Lawrence Taylor, Tim Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Cameron Kitchens, Aaron Sproles, Doug Williams, Devin Leary, Tyler Newbin, Dexter Manley, Drew Brees, Star Commander Will Levis. That is John Rhines Plumlee. Onto the Jag spot. DJ Watt. At Water, we had Troy Aikman, Bucky Irving. You guys are guessing the player on the nucleus in this one for 20 in credit. There's Bryce Young, Michael Vick, and we got the star clusters, Drake May, Tom Brady, Jaden Daniels, rookie. Yeah, Terrell Owens, Dan Fouts, Clay Matthews, Braylon Trice, Marshall Falk, Maurice Jones-Drew, Brett Favre, and we got Austin Reed for the Bears. Not the quarterback we were wanting for the Bears, but we'll take it. Billy Sims, McCaffrey, we got Trice out of 150. 86 out of 150. Eric All. Roger Staubach, Steve Young, Kurt Warner, and we got Javon Bullard. Up next after this one is our 24 Illusions Football Premium PYT 643. There's Boomer Esiason, Ozzie Newsome, Earl Campbell, Jalen Wright, rookie. This might be our nucleus. We'll save that to the end. We do have our nucleus. You guys are guessing the player on that nucleus for 20 in credit. Save that one for the guess. Ricky Williams, Lawrence Taylor out of 99 on the Galaxy Greats. 94 out of 99 for the Giants. Waga out of 99 as well. And we got Peyton Willis. Wilson. Keyshawn Johnson, Donovan McNabb, Peyton Manning, Tyke Smith. Illusions Premiums coming up next. Grab your spots in the upcoming race, guys. Use that link pinned in the chat. There's Colin Winslow, Chris Johnson, Jim Everett, Amini Vidal. Dante Hall. Ooh, how about a Bruce Smith auto out of 5? 4 out of 5. Going to the Bills spot. That's a big one. Nice hit for the Bills. Hall of Famer Bruce Smith. Red auto out of 5. 4 out of 5 on that one. Very nice hit. Our commander Drake May, Brock Bowers. Brett Favre, Chad Johnson, Jaden Daniels, Xavier Worthy. I don't know that I've ever pulled a Bruce Smith auto before. I guess that's a good way to start one number to 5. There's Devin Hester. There's Bruce Smith again. And we got the star clusters. This will get random unless somebody owns 2 of these 3 teams. And yep, we got all 3 different owners, so that'll get random at the end. And we have Jordan Morgan. Peyton Manning. Jason Taylor. Eli Manning. Mims on rookie. We got this pack and then our nucleus pack off to the side. Santana Moss. Rod Smith. Mike Singletary. And Ray Davis. And our nucleus pack. These off. One's off the back here. Maybe. There we go. Devin Hester on the Galaxy Greats. Isaiah Davis rookie. Keenan McCardell. And our nucleus is going to be Armarius Mims for Cincinnati. Armarius Mims was the guess of this break. Let's top load. We'll random off the star cluster. We'll do a recap. Then we'll move on to our Illusions Premium Hobby. That is coming up next. All right, let me get the randomizer set up. We're going to randomize this star cluster between the Bears, Patriots, and Commanders. Let's top load it now. Bears, Patriots, Commanders, star cluster. Top 3 quarterbacks in that class. All right, let's go to the list. We have the Bears, Patriots, Commanders. We're going to roll the dice. And we're going to randomize it 7 times. 6 and 1 for 7 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our 7th final time, 7 times, going to the Bears spot. The Bears gets a star cluster. All right, let's do our All right, so the Bears spot gets the Williams May Daniel Star Cluster. Then we have the Patriots one with Drake May, Tom Brady. The Trice out of 150 going to Atlanta. Lawrence Taylor out of 99 for the Giants. Fuaga out of 99 for the Saints. Armarius Mims was our nucleus. And we have the Bruce Smith Red Lava Auto. 4 out of 5. One of the Bills. That's a really cool auto right there. Nice Bruce Smith for the Bills spot. All right, guys, that does it for this one. Illusions Premium is coming up next. Let's see if that one is full. No one grabbed the Cowboys in this one. Okay. We got 5 spots. Am I right here? Let's see. 5 left in this one, I believe. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto in this one for 20 credit. All right, let's take a look. All right, there's our spots that are remaining. The Broncos, Chiefs, Jets, Titans, Commanders. Those are the teams left. This is 24 Illusions Football Premium PYT is 643. Grab those teams. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. We're going to start with this one in just one moment. All right, here we go, guys. This is PYT 643. This is Illusions Football Premium. Grab those last 5 teams of Broncos, Chiefs, Jets, Titans, Commanders. 10 packs per box, 5 cards per pack, 1 auto, 1 mem per box on average. Here's Marvin Harrison, Michael Penix, Bijan Robinson, Kirk Cousins, and A.J. Brown. There's Dallas Turner, J.J. McCarthy, Kyler Murray, James Conner, Liatu Mystic, correct, I'd say. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto for 20 credit. Grab those last 5 teams. We have Bobby Wagner, Terry Bradshaw, Roger Staubach, Joe Montana, Troy Franklin out of 75, 41 out of 75 for the Broncos. We got Jaden Daniels for the Commanders, DeAndre Hopkins, Austin Eckler, Terry McLaurin. There's Daniel Jones. Bucky Irving, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin out of 75. Great Expectations. Mem as Chad Johnson for the Bengals. We have the Shining Stars, Jaden Daniels for Washington. Next pack. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Baker Mayfield. First Impressions, Spencer Rattler out of 299. And we got the J.J. McCarthy Shining Stars. Nice Rattler rookie there out of 299. I'll below the rest of these here. Got 4 or 5 packs left here. Up next after this one is Topps Finest NBA PYT 649. So if you're waiting on that one, that is coming up next. We have Topps Finest Baseball as well. Back here. Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle, Kenneth Walker, Geno Smith, Jared Goff. Russell Wilson for the Steelers, Najee Harris, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Shining Stars, Tua for the Dolphins. Last 2 packs. There's Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, T.J. Watt, Shining Stars, Xavier Worthy. And our final pack of the break. And Topps Finest NBA is coming up next. As Malik Neighbors, Braylon Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, and we got DK Metcalf for the Seahawks. Let's do our recap here. Got our Cracked Ice Mystique of Liatu for the Colts. Out of 75, Troy Franklin, Daniel Jones. Great Expectations Mem out of 75, Chad Johnson. The Bengals. Jaden Daniels. J.J. McCarthy. Out of 299, Spencer Rattler is the auto and guess of the break for the Saints. All right. We are halfway through the breaks tonight. Topps Finest NBA coming up next. Update our title here. This one is full, but we do have a couple spots left in the upcoming breaks tonight, so grab those. Use the link in the chat. So our Topps Finest NBA is coming up next. Then we have Topps Finest Baseball, and then we end it with Luminance Football. Luminance Football is the final break of the night. We do have a spot left in Luminance, and we do have some spots left in Topps Finest Baseball. All right, let me pull up the list for this one. Get your guess in for the player on the last auto in the Topps Finest Basketball. It's PYT 649. We should have 2 autos per box on average. Your names are on the left, your teams are on the right. We'll be right back with PYT 649 in just a moment. All right, here we go with PYT 649, 25 Topps Finest Basketball Hobby. 6 packs per box, 10 cards per pack, 2 autos per box on average. We have 6 packs. There's an empty box. Good luck to everybody in this one. We start off with Brandon Clark, Angelo Russell, Andrew Nimhart, Jason Kidd, Brandon Miller out of 250. That is Trey Young, A.J. Johnson, Ron Holland. Finishers, we got Allen Iverson, Vince Carter. And we should have 2 autos. You guys will guess the player on the last auto for 20 credit. Kristaps Porzingis, Donovan Mitchell, DeAndre Ayton, Miles Turner, Cam Christie, Brandon Miller, Franz Wagner, Kevin Carter, Centurions, Donovan Mitchell is going to go to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So super short print right there. I sit for the Cavs spot. We got Spencer Dinwiddie. Next back, we still have our 2 autos left. We got Giannis, Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, Draymond Green. Here's one of our first autos, Jamal Murray, and that is out of 25. I'll find us 1 out of 25. Jamal Murray flashback auto. That is going to go to the Denver Nuggets. Nice hit for the Nuggets. Jamal Murray out of 25. Bogdanovich out of 99. Rudy Gobert. Cody Williams. Bronny James on the arrivals. X Factor. Russell Westbrook. Halfway through this one. Up next is 25 Topps Finest Baseball. Grab your teams in that. There's Cody Williams, Desmond Bain, Austin Reeves, Jabari Smith, Karis LeVert, Dylan Jones out of 25. 11 out of 25, Dylan Jones. Kristaps again. Dylan Jones. Ronnie James and the arrivals. Refractor. 2 packs left. We'll have We should have at least one more auto. Our guess of the break should be coming up. Ray Allen, Dennis Rodman, Cade Cunningham, Kawhi Leonard, Tyler Smith, out of 150, Taylor Hendricks for the Jazz, Cole Anthony out of 175 for the Magic, Deshaun George, AJ Johnson, Tracy McGrady. One more pack left. Taylor Hendricks, De'Aaron Fox, Jakob Poeltl, Chris Middleton, and we got Zach Collins, finest autographs for the Bulls spot. Fractor Zach Collins. Guess of the break. Jason Kidd, Jason Tatum, Cody Williams, and out of that is out of 125. All right, Satrick. And we have Corey Kispert. All right, let's top load, recap. And then we're going to move on to Topps Finest Baseball coming up next. Nice box of Topps Finest NBA there. We have 2 breaks left tonight. Topps Finest Baseball. And then we end the night with Luminance Football. We had spots available in both those breaks. There is a link in the chat. All right, let's do a recap on this. Out of 99, Bogdanovich, Ronnie James, Dylan Jones out of 25, Ronnie again, out of 150, Taylor Hendricks, Cole Anthony out of 175, Zachary out of 125 for Atlanta on the finishers die cut, Trae Young out of 250 for Atlanta, Donovan Mitchell on the super short print of the Centurions for the Cavs out of 25, Jamal Murray. Then we had Zach Collins for the final auto and the guess of the break. A nice box of Topps Finest. Let's update our title. Topps Finest Baseball. We'll see if any of those teams are available, or how many, if any, I should say. Here we go. Got 4 left. Update the list as we speak. The Guardians, Astros, Angels, Cardinals left. Your guess is in for the player in the last auto. We should have 2 autos per box. There's our list. Grab those teams: Guardians, Astros, Angels, Cardinals. We'll be right back just a moment with PYT 647. All right, here we go, guys. PYT 647. Get those guesses in. Grab those teams. We got 2 autos per box, 6 packs, 10 cards per pack. Topps finest baseball. 25 Luminance football is up after this one. Empty box. Pack number 1. Got Ronald Acuna, Roki Saki, Jordan Alvarez, Jordan and Francisco Alvarez. Mookie Betts. That is Pete Crow Armstrong out of 150. Out of 325, Angel Martinez, Kevin Alcantara, Will Wagner, Leo Rodriguez, Nick Kurtz, Caden Dana, Vlad Jr., Aaron Judge, Mookie Betts. Ooh, there's a nice one, Cal Ripken Jr. on the Moments autograph. Written some nice autos tonight. Couple of Hall of Fame autos, Jamal Murray auto to 25 as well. Finest Moments. That is Cal Ripken Jr. for the Orioles. Asian Kim, Luis Angel Acuna, Jackson Holiday, Jacob Wilson. Those guesses in for the player on the last auto. There's Connor Norby, Evan Williams, Wyatt Langford, Cam Smith, Augusto Gunnar Henderson, Gabriel Moreno, Chris Bryant out of 300, Kyle Tucker, James Wood, Kyle Tucker again as well. 3 packs left. Shohei Ohtani, Brett Lower, Kobe Mayo, Riley Green, Aaron Judge, Devin Williams out of 99, Stephen Kwan, Davey Drew Thorpe out of 75 for the White Sox, Jackson Holiday, refractor, Bobby Witt Jr., Josh Young, Chase Dolander, Pete Crow Armstrong, Sugano, Fernando Tatis, Bradley Lawlock out of 75. That's going to the Rockies. Let's finish this pack here. We got Luis Angel Acuna, Dylan Cruz, Finest Timelines, Jackie Robinson, Christian Campbell. Our final pack of the break, then we'll top load and move on to the Luminance after our recap. Mason Wynn, Austin Riley, Ryan McMahon, Freddie Peralta, Ryan Reynolds, Gunnar Henderson, Aaron Judge out of 200, nice hit for the Yankees spot. Jackson Jobe, Gunnar Henderson, Yu Darvish. So let's top load a recap. Then we move on to Luminance football. Got a couple more here to top load. Again, we will be back again a week from Monday with breaks. We'll get those schedules put up, and then we'll schedule breaks throughout that week as well. Get all the ones that are filled. Some of the older ones we'll break them all that week. Out of 150, we got Pete Crow Armstrong. Out of 325, Angel Martinez. Justo, we got Gunnar Henderson. Chris Bryant out of 300. Out of 99, that is Devin Williams. Drew Thorpe out of 75. Aaron Judge out of 200. Cal Ripken Jr. on the Moments auto. Then we had Bradley Blalock out of 75. Blaylock for the Rockies. All right, that does it for this one. We got one break left tonight. Let's get that title pulled up. Again, we did have one spot available. I don't know if it is sold or not yet. We'll take a look. The Tennessee Titans. Here we are, full on this one. All right, this one we have 32 spots because we got the NIL spot, mystery auto, and Panini point spot right here. At the bottom, we got the Dallas Cowboys in the 33rd spot. Texans there in the 32. Get your guesses in for the player on the last auto. We should have 3 autos per box on average. Get your guesses in for the player on that one. We'll be right back with PYT 655 Luminance Football Hobby in just a moment. All right, guys, here we go with the last break of the night. There's our Luminance box. Again, we'll have 3 autos, 1 mem, 4 packs, 10 cards per pack. We got 4 packs. That's our empty box. Good luck to everybody in this one. That is Keon Coleman, Michael Penix, Kurt Warner, Mark Andrews, Chuba Hubbard. That is going to be out of $2.99. Shador Sanders, our first auto. Onto the brown spot. $47 out of 75. Shador for the Browns. Fusion insert, that is just Jefferson. Will Howard, Jordan James, and Tyler Warren. Jeremy Shockey, Xavier McKinney, Henry Ellard, Jamal Lewis. That is Mikael Williams. That is out of 50. 6 out of 50. That's our mem. That is Julius Peppers, Vintage Materials. Nice hit for the Panthers spot. Engaged Max Crosby. Princely. And we got Travis Hunter. Trey Amos. Kid reporter card. Last 2 packs coming up. On to Adams. Braylon Allen. Montez Sweat. Clay Matthews. Jamar Chase out of 199. Woody Marks. That one is out of 100. That is 100 out of 100. It's not want to focus on that one. Nice Woody Marks auto for the Texans. Texans were on a bye this week. Vestige, Justin Jefferson. Devin Neal for the Saints. Tyler Shug for the Saints. Kenneth Grant for the Dolphins. Hank Dell. Malik Neighbors. George Pickens. Shador Sanders again, this time out of 100 non-auto. Jalen Royals for the Chiefs out of 249. And Corey Brooks for the Commanders out of 700 on the auto. That is the guess of the break. Amarian Hampton on the dynamic. Raheem Sanders for the Chargers. Corey Kiner for the Niners. Quinn Ewers for the Dolphins. Kit reporter card. Let's top load recap, and then we'll sign off for the night. Nice box of Luminance as well. Especially if you're a Shador Sanders fan. There's Chuba Hubbard, and that is out of 299 for Carolina. Out of 50, Michael Williams for the Niners. Out of 199, Jamar Chase for the Bengals. Shador Sanders out of 100. The Browns. Out of 249, Jalen Royals for the Chiefs. Vintage Materials, non-numbered Julius Peppers Mim for Carolina. Our autos, Shador Sanders out of 75 for the Browns. Out of 100, 100 out of 100. Woody Marks for the Texans. And Corey Brooks out of 700 for the Commanders was the guess of the break in the last auto. All right, guys, that does it for the breaks tonight. I appreciate everybody helping fill the breaks. Everybody getting their guesses in for those autos. We will be back a week from Monday. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys bookmark that future break schedule page. There is a link in the chat. That way you can see what we get scheduled for those upcoming breaks a week from Monday. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.